Hey guys, I was tagged in by the Hazy Max to do Annette's 9 questions tag, and so I'm going to try and go through it as quickly as possible. Number one, what are you most proud of? I'm proud of a lot of things, so I can't really narrow it down, but I'm proud that I have a college degree. I'm proud that I have a successful career, that I'm happily married, that I have happy, healthy, smart children. Um, I'm proud of a lot of things in my life. So I couldn't really narrow it down to just one that I'm most proud of. Um, Two, what are my talents? I guess if I had to name a talent, I would say I am a leader. It's just kind of something that's in me. Even if I don't want to be a leader, somehow in a group, I always wind up being the leader. I just am kind of a take control kind of person, and I guess you can consider that a talent. I don't think I have anything. I'm not like artistic really. I do like painting, but I wouldn't call myself talented at it. I like singing, but I can't really sing. So I think leadership is probably my greatest talent. Um, and I do pick up on things pretty easily. I have good analytical skills, so I guess you can consider that a talent. Three, what was the toughest time in your life? I had two times in my life that I've gone through some tough spells, but the toughest was probably when I was about 16 and was first diagnosed with my arthritis. Maybe I was when I was 17. I was in a lot of pain. I was on a lot of medication. I went through a depression because of it, because I felt like I was never going to have a normal life because of my arthritis. I couldn't walk flat on my feet because my feet hurt so bad from the arthritis, and that's hard when you're in high school. And I think the medication that they give you for pain, I think it can cause depression. I never was, clinically diagnosed or anything, but I definitely was sad a lot because of it, and that was a tough time for me being young. Especially, I went a year without being diagnosed, and not having answers was a difficult thing. My other tough time I went through was after I had my daughter. I think I had a little postpartum depression, and I just felt completely overwhelmed with being a mom and trying. I think when you realize that you're not living your life for you anymore and everything is about the kids, it's overwhelming. And I felt overwhelmed a lot during that time, and felt like I wanted to escape, but there was no escape. I felt really trapped, and I think it was hormonal. And looking back, I kind of wish I would have talked to my gynecologist about it, and I'm sure there's medication they could have put me on to help me get through that hump. But I got through it fine, and I think part of it is your hormones level out, and part of it is you have some acceptance of what your new life is going to be like with kids, and you kind of get past it. So those were the two tough times in my life. Four, what is the craziest thing you've ever done? Well, I think everybody pretty much knows that my husband's from Australia, and I'd say the craziest thing I ever did was we met on the internet, and I think we started corresponding in November of '98. And in September of '99, I flew to Australia by myself to meet him. We weren't like a romantic at that time, but we were friends. But I think we both kind of felt like there was something there. And I flew halfway around the world to go stay with him for 2 weeks. And my family thought I was pretty crazy for doing that, and I figured at the very least I'd have a friendship and have a cool trip out of it. So, and then things did work out, and 3 months later he came here for 2 weeks, and then it was a whole year before I went back again by myself, and I stayed there for 2 weeks. So, and then after 6 months later he moved here and we got married. So, But I'd say that was pretty crazy. I was, let's see, in 99, I was 25. And yeah, I think that's the craziest thing I ever did. 5, what is your greatest regret in life? I don't really believe in regrets. We all make mistakes in our life, but I think those mistakes help mold us into who we are. So I don't really have anything that I regret or would change, because I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for those things. So, 6, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for tons of stuff. I'm grateful for all the things that I said I was proud of. I'm grateful that I have a family that is supportive and close, and I'm glad and grateful to have a mom that I'm very close with and I would consider my best friend. I'm grateful for having my husband and I both have good jobs, that we have some security with that. I'm grateful that my kids are healthy and smart and in good schools and doing well. I'm grateful that we have a nice home and we have cars and we don't have to worry about where our next meal's coming from. I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful that I'm healthy now. I'm grateful that my husband's healthy. Lots of things. I have a lot of things to be thankful for in my life. Number 7, what is missing in your life? The only thing, I thought about this a lot. The only thing I could say that I think is missing in my life is extra time. If we could add about 6 hours onto the day, I could have time to get a full night's sleep and work in a workout every day. But other than that, I think that's the only thing that's missing in my life. I'll say it all the time. I have a very full life, and there's just so many more things that I like to do. I'd like to travel more. I'd like to be able to do more activities with my kids. I'd like to be able to spend a little more time on myself, to be able to have time to go shopping, or to get a massage, or to get a manicure or pedicure. I've never had a pedicure in my whole life. I used to get my nails done way before I had kids, even I think before we got married. Every 2 weeks. I don't have time for that now. So if I could just have some extra time in the day to get more things done, that would be the only thing I'd say is missing in my life. Number 8, what do I need to change about myself? I am a very controlling kind of person. I like to be in control. I like to be in charge. And I don't like to relinquish control very often. And I'd like to change that about myself. I wish I could let things go a bit more and not feel like I have to control every situation. And we're finding it with taking care of the kids and kind of teaching them to be independent. It's hard to teach them to be independent when you control everything that they do. So I'd like to try and back off a bit and let things happen as they will. And if people make mistakes, they make mistakes and they'll get fixed. But that's hard for me to do. So I'd like to change that about myself. Who's had the greatest impact on my life? That's the last question. I guess I'd have to say probably my parents had the greatest impact. They'll be the people who teach you right from wrong and how to live, and so and they're always there for me. So I guess I'd say my parents had the greatest impact on my life. And after my parents, it'll probably be my grandmother, who lived with us since I was 3. She moved in when I was 3, and then I moved out when I was 27, and I was the only child, so we were very close. She had a big impact on my life and still does. And then last, I'd say my husband. He exposed me to a lot of things that like sports and things that I would not have normally been very into. And of course, the person that you live with day in and day out is going to have a huge impact on your life. So yeah, I'd say my parents, my grandmother, and my husband have had the greatest impact on my life. That's it. I'm not sure if I'm going to tag just yet, but I'll put it down in the comments below. All right. thanks for tagging me, and hope y'all enjoyed it. Bye, y'all.